show that can match it. How to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Jamal keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the lake show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 47 of the Match My Energy podcast. It's your boy Dennis Lee, aka DINO Fit Dennis.
It's your boy Jamal, JC2 Bless. Another week.
Yeah.
NBA week, big NBA week. NBA Finals is around the corner. Y'all definitely like, comment, subscribe before we get started. Put your prediction in the chat. Before Thursday, don't wait till the first game to be like, okay, I rooted for such and such. Go ahead and knock it out. Let us know early on. Let us know early on. DM us. Reply to our story replies and everything. Like, let us know early on so we know everybody who boat you in. And if you ride up with the Celtics, we'll get into it.
Right.
How you been, man? I know it's been a little minute.
Sure, man. I know, right? We've been kind of struggling. I think I just saw in the reports we were rated number one most inconsistent podcast. So it's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Inconsistent, but must listen to, must watch. But no, shoot, I've been good. Still out here shooting, getting new clients back. Trying to climb up out of that. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of how long it's been, man. But yeah, I mean, just enjoying these games, man. One thing I'm learning, and I'm not gonna get into prize picks quite yet. But boy, I tell you what, maybe y'all need to change something, ladies. I'm a fan. I'll be watching y'all. This is no hate, no slander. But one thing I'm learning is, if you want to make money, bet the under.
Yeah,
It seemed like just about every time, boy. I don't know. They need to pick it back up. We'll get into all that later because we definitely got some WNBA talk. But yeah, just been trying to get it. Celebrating birthdays. My mom and Crypto had a joint birthday party.
Yeah, I saw that. Congrats to them.
Yeah. We really did that just to kind of get my mom into celebrating because she really didn't feel like, because it fell on Mother's Day and with my grandma passing, she didn't want to get into any of that. So my sister, who normally don't even like dogs, she was like, "Hey Dennis, what if we had Crypto's birthday and told Mama to come pull up, and then we just surprised her with a cake and play with her?" So yeah, I got her some dominoes. Her favorite color is also purple, so I had these purple and gold dominoes that I had made for multiple reasons, But but I gave them to her, and she really liked it. So we played dominoes and stuff like that. And then like Shay made some tacos and got her nothing but cakes. Boy, if you got a nothing but cake in your area, listen, as a personal trainer, avoid that. But as a dude who loves great tasting foods, yo, go get you a little mini one or something. Boy, they got a lemon blueberry, limited time.
Yeah, I think my mom likes that one. I think my favorite is the snickerdoodle.
Okay, yeah.
I rather
I know what you're
like
talking about.
it's hit or miss sometimes. So the way I'm
Right.
feeling, snickerdoodle, and then the strawberry. I taste the strawberry. It's not bad.
And the thing is, I normally hate frosting. I be murking nothing but cake frosting, man. It's not an ad, but it should be, y'all. Y'all need to sponsor me.
Man.
But yeah, man. How you been, man? You in a new spot?
Yeah, been traveling, but this is a work conference in Orlando this week. So started this week, I'll be here, travel back on Thursday, it's Monday. So but yeah, man, doing a lot of work. Last I mentioned that I was got a new promotion to the manager, so it's been a lot of work there. A lot of after hours work, weekend work. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. But for the most part, man, I've been trying to get my head above water with that type of stuff. But a lot of different challenges. But just been chilling. Other than that, watching basketball. Of course, seeing how things are played out. I'm not in the best of spirits, but
Yeah,
we'll get
who
it.
you
We'll get
telling,
it.
man?
We'll get into it. And then next week, bro, I'll be in San Francisco for another conference. It's a data
Damn.
conference there. Fun fact: was born in San Francisco. So first
Okay.
time back in 29 years, 28 years. So
Okay.
um, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm trying to also which I'm get my birth certificate and try to locate the hospital I was born at and surprise my parents and be like, "Hey, this is you remember this day?" So I'm gonna try to try to locate that hospital if it's still there and try to get a picture
Right.
in front of it, something like that, and then
See, being from a big town, being from like being born in a big city, you got to do that. Shoot, I was born in Coffeeville. We only got one hospital. I know exactly where that's at.
I know, but it's also
Coffeeville region.
that many years they could renamed it, they could have
Right.
threw it down, so I gotta do some investigation with that. But that'll be a little
Yeah.
fun little trip, man. I'll be out there for the whole week next week. So if we do shoot, we might be able to shoot in another hotel, possibly. Depends on how this one
Okay.
goes. So I have my headset, my camera on that time. I'll probably you know a little
So
bit
to
better
look a little
quality. I ain't
better.
gonna say the
Yeah.
best, but a little bit better. Um, but yeah, man, in Orlando, let me see. I was trying to see. I might try to show, but I don't want the quality to mess up. But it's a nice resort, bro. Um,
Okay.
it's really nice. Got a golf course right here. It's a couple of tennis courts, basketball courts. There's a whole bunch of things down here. They got an arcade inside, a spa. It's
Oh,
crazy.
also, Shay was mad at you, man.
What
She
happened?
was mad. She was mad you didn't invite us to that Comic-Con, man. To that. I was like, I know, right?
But that was in Augusta though. That was a small one.
Hey, look,
Okay.
y'all be wanting us to go down there. Y'all be wanting us to go travel.
See
And
that?
you get to
Okay.
meet, you get to meet Static, the creator of
I'm
Static
glad.
Shock.
I am glad. Ooh, that's a good point. Okay. I forgot about that because it's been long. It's been like crazy. Cause that happened on Saturday, and I flew the next day. So,
Right.
which is gonna be my shout out as well. Shout out to Jordan,
Man, big shout out
King
right there.
Solomon. His name is Jordan Solomon. He's an artist.
Yo, when I went and looked him up, I was already following him. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I shot him up already. He was at
Right.
the Columbia uh Comic Con or Anime Con. He hit
Hmm.
me up and said, "Hey man, I'm gonna be in Augusta for this in the Hilton again." I was like, "What, we having a con day?" It's not really publicized. So I was
Right.
like, "All right." So I went and it was from 10 to 5. I was like, let me just pull up around 3:30. I ain't trying to wait no lines. I'm just kind of really just pulling up to support.
In and out. Yeah.
Saw my guy. Got some artwork from him, chop it up with him. He going to DreamCon. So I kind of told him about hey, this is what to expect, what you should do as a vendor, type of things, how to set up, make sure you have a QR code. Don't even waste your time with cars because that can be, thrown on the ground. So give him some tips and
Hmm.
tricks. Tell him how chaotic it is. But the vendor section was slam. So he should have some good content, especially being a black content creator that's showing black characters. So I was like, man, you should be prime. Like, so bring a lot of stuff. And then the way I was leaving out, I was like, well, I already paid again. Let me just do a full lap. So I did a
Right.
full lap. Saw this one guy, he was by himself. I think he was kind of packing up too, because that was around, maybe an hour left in that day. And then he had this Shazam poster and his name Bolt. I was like, man, Shazam. If people don't know, Shazam number 2 for me. Got Flash and Shazam. I don't know what's your second, but Shazam is my number 2. Uh
Huh.
so
Okay.
yeah, fun little fact, I'm just
I'm
dropping
not
little.
I'm not mad at Shazam, but it did kind of throw me for
I mean, it's tough. Cause I know you like Superman, so it's like,
no,
but
yeah.
Shazam kind of okay. Another thing. Okay. But I'll talk to him. He made a character called Bolt, which is kind of like the black Shazam, basically.
Okay.
He also wrote for Black Adam, which is crazy. So I saw that poster and he was like, yeah, man, I did uh Black Panther. I was comic writer for that. And then I was like, what? So he has these little
Right.
comic books. He also has something with is a woman with vampires. I'm not familiar with that work, but um, he did that, and then he had showed a picture of him and T'Challa because he was also one of the, I believe, screenwriters or something with the production of the Black Panther movie. So he was on set with him on that. So I was like, what? One of the first Marvel slash DC Black writers, part of that group. And he
Mm,
also was the co-creator of Static Shock. Now that he didn't tell me, I had to look him up and see what was, why,
right.
and that was the first thing that showed up. So got it signed, got a picture of it, and got a picture with him and everything. And name is Christopher Price or Priest, sorry. Um, one of the things I was going to try to see, potentially try to reach out to get him on the podcast, man. That's right up my alley. Comic book superheroes. I was like, that's like right up my alley. He chopping up, man. It ain't like, we get super deep into the comic book stuff. We was talking about my line of work in IT, AI stuff. So we had some good conversation. He is like always on the road, different Comic Con, stuff like that. So have to try to see if he's available and or willing. So that would be a good person to bring on, man.
For
So I'm
sure.
definitely gonna try to
Legend.
reach out, but
Legend.
yeah, man, that was crazy, man. He's like, he wasn't the creator of Black Panther, but from what I'm reading on his comics and stuff like that, the main or bigger, I would say, the better storylines of Black Panther that we know is coming from
Hmm.
him. So he didn't create that character,
Hmm.
but the storylines is what
Created the
we
story,
recognize.
wrote for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And then Static Shock, of
Okay.
course, is like, I don't know. Most kids, especially black kids, watching CW growing up and stuff like that, Static Shock was that show. So we all kind of
Mm.
found. I really want them to do like a reboot. They reboot everything else. Do another
Yeah.
animated series or like some type of.
Especially in today's time, I feel like with everyone going, man, we don't want to see the black version of such and such. We don't see, da, da, da," it's like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
we had that
give us
character.
this one. And now that like black, because one of the things I remember reading about like why it wasn't as successful, and one of the stories with it was most shows, especially or most cartoons, are made to sell merchandise, right?
Mhm.
So if you don't have a lot of people that are trying to buy the Static Shock action figures or posters or things like that, then we're not really making too much money off the show because that's where the money comes back.
Right,
Because animation and stuff is so expensive. How do we recoup? How do we justify making this show other than the fact that little black kids love this? Which
right.
we only make up 13% of the country, or even smaller percent when it comes to the little boys, or not even just little boys. There's probably girls watching too, but
Yeah,
the younger kids that did watch it, or because there's some that didn't. But um, so yeah, I remember seeing that. So I think that like now, I think a lot more kids would actually buy the merch and all that. Like, sure, I got little nephews who be buying all the Miles Morales Spider-Man stuff and the costumes and all that. It may also be his costume is a lot of parts. So like it ain't just like if a little kid want to put on the Spider-Man, they just got the little one thing.
yeah.
But with the Static Shock, you got to put on the gloves, the big jacket, you got to put on the t-shirt with the goggles. It's a
Right.
lot. It's a lot of steps. But
I mean, at the same time, it's like one of those you can also, hey, I just have the gloves and that's cool. I can just
or
have
just
like,
rock the t-shirt
yeah, there's a lot
now.
more
Yeah.
stuff that a lot more options where the onesie outfits, you got to at least have the whole thing for the most part. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, they definitely reboot. I mean, I would love to see a Miles versus Static type matchup.
Mm,
I've seen a lot of
okay.
concepts. I don't know if those are the same. Not sure I'm missing universes or not, but I can't remember.
No, because one's DC, one's Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 'Cause that's kind of like two
But
cross.
did you watch Invincible? All of Invincible?
Yes.
So like that part where he went into the like where he was fighting a dude who could like take him through like
Yeah.
universes or whatever. When he went to that one with the arachnid kid or whatever,
Yeah.
basic.
Yeah.
So in the comics, he actually did meet up with Spider-Man, but on the show they didn't have the rights to put that on the
Yeah.
show. So like did it like that.
I
So I
mean,
mean, there could be different matchups, like, and with everything being multiverse, this and that,
you
you
know, but
know.
I think it would be a spinoff character maybe.
Hmm.
Because I mean we've been trying to see a Marvel versus DC type of showdown for a long time. So for sure, unfortunately, they won't use those two characters to implement that. But I've definitely seen some console, especially black content creators or black artists, do matches with them too. So I was like, man, it'd be dope just to
Mm.
see both of them.
Even if it's just
If
like a
not, just
YouTube
at least see
thing.
Static Shock in like a new animated movie type scenario. Maybe it's on Netflix and then get to the big screen, or even make
Yeah.
it to like a a regular movie. But kind of see him revamp his. I feel
Or
like
even like a young adult. If they did a young adult one, honestly,
he's
listen,
like so.
I'll get this twisted up, guys, and y'all can go ahead and hire me a Static Shock. I mean,
I mean, I'm like, it's like you got such a big fan base, but it's like he just kind of went under the radar now. Like such a huge
bring
hit,
it
but
back.
now it's whatever. So,
Bring it
but
back. I mean, because think about the beginning of the Marvel. I know we geeking out a little early in the episode, but early on, nobody really rocked with Iron Man like that. But
Mhm.
then they started off this MCU with Iron Man, and now everybody's just like, "Oh man, most powerful and this and that. He's the my favorite." Before 2006, nobody said that Iron Man was their favorite.
All right,
Like, but how you market it, how you push it, how you make that, however you write it, you know. So I don't know. It
right.
could be
And I
something.
think what else I saw? I also was looking at it's a guy. What's his name? It's another artist, Marcus something, but he did a crossover photo with which I met at DreamCon. He had did a mark. He did a crossover with Black Lightning and Static Shock, which is
Hmm.
Marvel, and he had a dope Static Shock, and I was like,
No, no, no. They both Black Lightning and Mark. They both DC.
"Black Lightning's DC? Man, I'm getting stuff
Hmm.
mixed up, man."
Yeah, that's DC and DC. Matter of fact, they've been in episodes together, and like, but I was like Batman Beyond type stuff. But yeah, no, it's both DC.
Okay, well,
Because remember that
I guess
one? Remember that one
the
animated
point
movie?
remains. The point remains. They was both in the same universe, so they can do
Yeah,
something. They can use that Black Lightning series to bring that CW series to kind of bring Static Shock. Is
static.
what I'm trying to get
True,
in. So
true. Yeah. Now that
that's
one
pretty
animated,
cool.
was I think it was one of the Suicide Squads, and one of the animated ones, and he was like, and that one girl was like, "I've been electrocuted before." He was like,
Oh
"Well,
yeah, I
you
see.
think that's gonna hurt?" He's like, "You ain't never had Black Lightning before." And it knocked her out.
I seen that video,
But
man.
yeah, nah. Shoot, man, look, let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. We've been watching the past few weeks. Both me and Shay been tuned in. I mean, shoot, I've been hitting you up. Yo, did you see what's going on? You've been hitting me up. It's been crazy this whole playoffs. I've been really excited. We haven't been recording, but we've been definitely tuned into the playoffs. So
Facts.
now, as y'all know, the playoffs start this Thursday. Tune in. Let's talk about it. Let's watch. Hit us up in DMs, messages, comments, whatever, and tell us who y'all think gonna win, how y'all been feeling about it. Who's your regular team? Just comment below who got it next year. Um, but I'm excited for it. I mean, of course, I'm not as excited as I want to be, but
Yeah,
seeing all the different storylines, the scripting, and we've got Dallas Mavericks coming out the West versus the Boston Celtics. First and foremost, let's get it out the way. Should we just get it out the way? What's your predictions?
Mavs. Mavs is 6. I got Mavs is 7. I'll put some respect on Celtics. Um, the issue is this is definitely hard attached to it. I do not want the Celtics to win. I don't care what we got to do as a nation to not let the Celtics win, but I do think the Mavs with Luca is a different beast than people realize. This will also be one of the biggest threats that the Celtics have faced. They have gone. I mean, yes, they have gone through the East, but I feel like they wasn't battle tested yet. It's kind of smooth, you know. I've said it, and I don't care if they use it. Yes, you play who's ahead of you, but hey, you have banged up a banged up Miami Heat team without Terry, and then also more importantly, Jimmy Butler. Yeah, you may have
Mhm.
won a series, but hey, we didn't have those for the whole series. Next round, you play the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell missed the last 2 games. Okay, that's a huge piece.
And didn't they win? They won one without him, I think, or something like that.
Can't
Or was
remember
that
if it
them?
was or not, but they won one, just like Miami won
Yeah,
one as well, which it looked good in the first 2 games, but
right.
and then the last one with Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, I know you're not too high on him on the for Indiana Pacers, but I do
For
feel like his
sure, but
impact
he's the
will
best
be
player. He's the best player on
yeah,
their team. He's their main guy. So with their main guy going down, yeah, I mean, I can probably get into
yeah,
that another
momentum,
time.
mentality,
My
that stuff
thoughts on him,
shift
but
as well.
right.
So I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, it was tough. I was like, it's like main players of each series was gone or down, and I'm like, it's crazy. I mean, yes, Kristaps Porzingis went down for the Celtics, but I'm trying to relay. It's like it's not the same impact. I feel like 'cause I feel like y'all winning better. Y'all playing better without him. In my eyes, I'm
Honestly,
like when we
I
played
mean,
him, Porzingis.
he is a good help, but Derek White stepping up,
I
the
was saying.
JTJB, like it's
So
man,
I was like, their injury impact wasn't the same. I was like, it for an equivalent, I feel like it'll have to be Brown or Tatum was missing some games or out or injured
right.
for it to be the more of equivalent of losing a star player. So
Literally, if Tatum, literally, if Jason Tatum was out, just the only like because this thing is every single team's main guy, their
yeah,
number one option
I
every
mean
single
Brown
time.
kind of trying to take that main guy step. And we
He's
gonna have to
trying.
talk about
No,
that because he,
yeah, for sure.
I don't
He's
know,
definitely stepped up.
Brown
He's
looking
looking a
like
lot
you
better.
and Deuce gonna have to find yourself another team.
Man, and I was thinking about it and I was like, man, why did he get paid so quick? But then I realized, I mean, I should already known, but he was drafted the year before, so he got to get his contract. So this year is supposed to be Jason Tatum's big contract year. So
We'll
or
see.
trade or whatever. So I think that like this is almost
What's your prediction though?
my prediction. Honestly, we're not gonna have a debate today. I'm Dallas in 6 as well. Dude, it's just like a lot of times I talk about. It's the little things. It's the little. Of course, it's the big things. It's the Kyrie and Luca being able to score at will, um, especially under the basket. Like, of course, Luca being 6'9", he can get down there a little bit. But Kyrie being what is he like 6'4", 6'3"?
6'3", I think.
I mean, but he's a magician. I mean, that's no secret. I feel like I say that every other episode. Like he can put that ball, however, stay up in the air, spin it back, or if he don't have it, now he didn't threw
Man,
it
Kyrie 6'2".
6'2", six
That's what I'm
two.
saying.
He looked like a regular dude. He's not even gonna be one of those players that if I meet him, I'm looking up crazy. I'm looking him in his eyes dang near.
Yeah, facts. Let
Like,
me put on some shoes real quick.
right, if I put on some forces, we the same height. Like that's the crazy part. But he's just such a I don't know, man. And I see this like look in both of their eyes, like they happy they here, they're happy wherever they at, but they got this hunger, man. And I think it's just a great story. They're the more I don't want to say more ready because the Celtics have been there.
Yeah,
They've been there a couple times.
that's what I can
They've
say as well. That I mean, I don't know. They still got a lot of new players, so but most of them have been to the NBA Finals or so
mhm,
they recently, so they kind of know what that feels like and what is what's needed mentally. Kyrie
I
can
think
try to you know get them over there, but the rest of the roster is like
yeah,
could be wide eyed basically when they get there. So
right. And because it's the biggest stage, so uh I I don't know if they keep it going because even like the PJ, like their help, the PJ Washington, the towers down there down low with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. Boy, I tell you what, that little move, the little play they play, they run that maybe about 75% of the time. Where either Kyrie or Luca, dribble it on in the paint, try to do a little double move, and then they just throw the ball up like that.
Yep.
And one of the two is right there for the dunk. That's another thing. I started doing 2.5 dunks for Daniel Gafford. I pick one. I pick either one, Gafford or Lively. I'm just like, whichever.
They gonna dunk
It
you for sure.
works. It works every time. I've never not hit that for them.
I
Because
mean,
that play, and it's unstoppable. They both big. They strong. Lively's still a little smaller, but he's a rookie. But he's still, got some strength to him even as a rookie, and he's tenacious. So
that
he ain't
was
gonna do
one of
nothing
the
but get
biggest
bigger and better.
factors when they lost the game, lost whatever game 4 or whatever. But they was like talking
Yep,
about
yep, yep.
what would happen if Lively was there and getting put back, dunks, easy paint
Yeah,
points. So it's like unless he was 100% for the field this whole series too. So it's like it was a
that was
huge
crazy.
what you call it, opportunity for them to, or disadvantage of them losing them for that game.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's
hmm
back. Hopefully he's 100% because I know he
Both
with
teams are
the
getting plenty of
concussion.
time to rest.
I know he had the little head injury or neck injury, couldn't move his head, turn his head. So it's like those are
Mm.
kind of tough ones because that can, you know, it reveal itself real easy, every now and again too. So, um, but we'll see, man. Okay, let's talk about X factors. Who you think is the X factor then for the series? Not so much each team, but just in the series. Like if this person shows out, like this is a game changer for either side.
For me, the X Factor period player that I've been liking to watch, and I kind of dropped his name earlier, Derek White,
Mm.
and that's on. Like I said, it's looking like Dallas in 6 or 7, maybe even 6. I'm thinking 6, but uh Derek White shows up and is that third person because he's not just a scorer. He's not just a corner 3 guy like a PJ Washington or something like that. Like PJ Washington does good at like cleaning up boards, but Derek White does well at commanding the offense when the other guys are out, at cleaning up a lot more boards than you expect him to get. And of course his scoring. So if he's on it,
Man,
trouble.
I don't know. I do like Derek White for expected, but mine is the person you mentioned is PJ Washington. Only
hmm
because I think Derek White has been consistent on how he played the entire um playoff run. He's kind of been like that third person this whole entire time. So X factor for me would be PJ Washington because if you mentioned, like you mentioned, if he can knock down the corner 3, he opened up the entire game for Dallas. It's like that pick and roll and drive that Luka and Kyrie can do is the only like you setting up those alley-oop dunks, but you're also setting up that kick out for that 3-point. But
Corner
if you
3,
don't have
yeah.
that 3-point shot, especially in that corner going down, then it's like, well, we're gonna see him off. We definitely gonna focus more on the paint. So to me, if he's hitting shots, and guarding and getting defensive rebounds, it's like I think that's gonna be really the biggest game changer right there, X factor in the whole game. Derek White would have been mine, but like I said, it's not like if he just show up this series, he's kind of been showing up the entire playoffs. So
He's been pretty
to me,
consistent for
yeah,
sure.
they kind of
Yeah,
been running him as a third anyway. So almost a second because Tatum first 2 series, he kind of been
that's true.
complacent.
A little
So
iffy. Yeah.
and that's the only thing I was like, Tatum should have been like get his rhythm in, go ahead and go crazy right now. So when he gets to um the final, he really got to push himself. He ain't got to come out of no you know lackluster performance and be like, let me try to bring us in. I've been hot this whole time. Let me just continue that on. Brown gonna be that way. Brown is gonna be the only person I'm like, he gonna keep it blazing pretty much. Like he playing like this is my team. Win or lose, if we end up splitting, they're gonna have to make a they're gonna have to make a hard decision whether they're gonna want to let me go or Tatum go if it ever came down to it. He's been in the trade talk, so he got the most to prove. He got the most money right now, so he got a lot. I feel like he just trying to prove. I feel like Tatum could be a little bit lackluster at times and be like, hey, you know,
True.
they already gave
I
me the
don't know
keys
what's
to the
been up.
franchise
I don't know what's been going on. I don't know what's been, but he really
because he ain't got
hasn't
nothing to
been like,
prove. I mean, it's
yeah,
like they gonna pay him. You know, dude's already got a locker room setting him up, so it's like I'm already set here. And you know, my name hadn't been in trade talks. Brown name's always been in trade talks. It's kind of those things. But to original question, PJ Washington, I see. But yeah, I think he just got to be healthy. He got to hit some shots. I feel like he got to hit shots like early as well. It can't be just
yeah,
like
just getting
that
that
fourth quarter
rhythm.
eruption. It got
Yeah,
to be first, second quarter. Go ahead and knock it off so we can extend the entire court. But pretty much it. I feel like they got a good bench. That's why I like the Mavs so much. It's like they also got
right.
a well-rounded roster. I was like, I'm not
I
sure.
think one of the other X factors.
We really slept
Now,
on the
so
Mavs, honestly, bro.
I don't. I want to go back and listen, see what we were saying about him earlier, but I don't think we had him like super. I don't think
I
we
think 'cause
was counting him out.
we looked at the Suns. The Clippers was looking so good at the time. At least from my point, I had Clippers,
I think I'm trying to remember if I remember saying like I
and
don't
then
know, be on the lookout for him or something like
but
that. But
also we also had Nuggets with the back to back. So we just kind
true,
of put
true.
them in on the radar. I was like, we don't see nobody in the West really beating the Nuggets. We have them going full force on to the finals. So when they got knocked out, everybody mind shift was like, well, then Wolves beat the Nuggets. They look like they can. So they just shocked
Man,
us, man.
yeah, yeah. I mean, shoot, and I guess, and I want to talk about that as well. But real quick, I think another X factor, but it's not a person, is Kyrie's free throws.
Mm.
He's gotta hit them free throws, man. I don't know what's been
He
going
missing free
on.
throws?
He's been missing free throws.
What?
It's been going like he'll hit like one out of the two. Like if he gets fouled on the, it's been.
He used to be the most consistent almost.
I know that's the thing. I don't know where it came from, or if it's just been the last series or what. But his free throws were tragic, man. The whole
Mm.
series. Shoot, I knew it was something, and maybe this is just because I pay attention because of Prize Picks or whatever. But like, I remember that saw where it was like for free throws made, he was on there for like 2.5, and I was like, he drives to the hole a lot, gets a lot of N1s, threes easy. He didn't hit. It was like he had like it was like 1 for 6 or something. I was like, dude, what the,
Dang.
So, and then I was like started paying attention more. Like I didn't bet on it again, but I kind of like was looking for it a little bit and just kept noticing he was just not hitting like majority of the series. So, and I think they even mentioned that a little bit. I've heard them in the last game. They were like, yeah, his free throws have been a little slacking, and they pulled it up. But he'll get in the lab. I know he'll be all right, man. But if you don't, that's a big X factor of.
That's also true. I get also listen
Then
to
all we gotta do is foul you. You're already gonna go in for a layup anyway. Boom, foul. Now you get 1 point instead of two.
man facts. Oh, let's listening to KG Kevin Garnett podcast with Paul Pierce, and he was mentioning one thing he had been liking about Kyrie is his mentality. You know, off the court, on the court, it's all been positive. Nothing has ever gave
Hmm.
gotten his circle, never like mess up with his mindset.
Yeah,
He was saying going back to Boston, can he keep that same mental composure when he get there? Is it going to unravel some
against his
things?
old team.
You know,
Because
fans was
because you
talking
know
about
you
it.
know the fans gonna talk crazy
The
even
fans,
if he wasn't
the
already
way he
from there.
stomped, the way he left, the way he stepped on Lucky, and they was talking about. I mean, he said some comments about Boston being racist, being this and that. So it's like,
I mean, you're
you
not the
know,
first, second, or 19th person to say that. So
also true, but I'm not sure if they could put him in a different mind space where he's
true,
like,
true, true.
because at this time he's kind of rallying the troops and everything, uh, with the Mavs. Like he's that leader pushing that charge. So I'm like, if he's kind of like mentally messed up because of this new, I mean, going back to his old team to play, it's like. But when he said that, KG said that, I was like, man, yeah, that's something I gotta, we gotta look into because right now he's been mentally strong all the way. Yeah, I mean, from what we could tell, through the playoffs. So it's like, hopefully he don't get razzled or anything like that when he get there. That's
Mhm.
really the biggest thing because I can't see nobody stopping or locking down Kyrie or Luca, but I also don't see nobody really locking down Tatum, Brown, or Derrick White. So, like,
Yeah,
I don't see
I'm I'm wondering,
I don't see
I
nobody
can't
like
wait to
locking
see
down
the
anybody.
yeah, so I'm really kind of, I mean, maybe this is just like the old Hooper basketball lover in me. I'm excited to see what defensive schemes each team will come out with. I'm
Yeah,
wondering that too. Like, do they do the early like the way Dallas shut down the Timberwolves, it was almost amazing to watch. It's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't see on the stat sheet. It's a
right.
lot of stuff that you wouldn't see on the stat sheet. You wouldn't quite get unless you were sitting there watching the game or having somebody point it out to you or something. But like the denying Ant early, the double
Yeah,
teams from half when he doesn't even have the ball. So they almost kind of just keep him away, you know what I'm saying? The same thing that they did to same thing that the Wolves did to the Nuggets with Murray. They put
yep.
Murray in 23-hour lockdown. Like it was just, and so
That's
how do
coaching,
you
man. I was like, dude, who you think got the better
yeah,
coach? It's like,
is the
cause
who's the
that the
better
coach
coach?
scheme. I don't know,
You know
cause at
what?
first I was like, the
Thinking
Celtics
about
kind of
that.
running themselves. The Celtics kind of running themselves that first year. I was like, he ain't really doing too much, but now
Yeah.
I kind of see a little bit of that still. I don't really see it. I don't see the coach really doing any schemes for Boston that I've seen it be like, that was genius. I like how they did it, like they came out.
Right, right.
I can distinctly see and notice when Jason Kidd makes different schemes. That's the only thing.
Yes. Well,
So
they even say Missoula even says like, "Yo, we don't really do the timeouts. We just know to try to adjust and this and that." And it's just kind of like, bro, that can't be yo. Hey guys, just feel it type of thing. That don't work
no
here.
one said. I was like, then what we need you
Like,
for then? Like that's the whole point. Like you see something, assistant coach see something, and then y'all tell us, okay, let's try to do this. See if it works. If it don't work, then go from there. So I'm like, y'all can't
and
just
it's
say
kind
go
of
with
stupid
vibes.
because you know that also like uh sometimes timeouts. I remember my coach sometimes would call timeouts and just be like, "Y'all just sit down for a second." Like literally just collect your brain. Y'all was moving too fast, throwing the ball away too quick. Just
Yeah.
take a second. I'm not even gonna say nothing right now. And or they call it a timeout just to slow them down too. What if so and so is cooking and you're like, oh, man, how do we stop him? Literally stopping the clock kind of
Yeah.
lets the momentum kind of shift. You know what I'm saying? You let the dancers go out there for a second, come back in. It's a whole thing. And now y'all can reset button. And for him to just like, I don't really
Mhm.
call timeouts like that. It's like, bro, that's literally part of the game.
All right.
So,
It's crazy,
it's
man. But
man, I can't wait.
it's actually gonna be a really good series. I
And
do hate
how do
the
they do it
Celtics,
with
but
with a healthy team? How will the Celtics play with a healthy team? Healthy stars at that.
I mean, but then Luca's a beast. It's like it's a healthy like
Right.
superstar. It's like well, two superstars with Kyrie, so it's not just stars.
Hmm.
Like I feel the East players were just stars. I'm trying to see that was out. Maybe you could put Jimmy Butler in superstar potentially, depending on who you're talking to. But for the most part, Donovan was I say star, Tyreek
Right.
star at this point. So I was
Well,
like,
they're all at least the stars of their team. Like even
right.
if,
I'm saying you got Luca like a superstar on any
oh
team.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like,
Nah. Yeah.
well, Kyrie
He's like a
superstar.
top five in the league with Kyrie or with Luca,
So I'm like, it's
so yeah,
it's actually gonna be a good finals to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I just wish it wasn't the Celtics because my disdain for them. But
for sure.
oh
Also,
man,
I've got a little thing. And Nick Nguyen can come back on here and he can argue with me about this. And whoever else. I was looking up their championships because you know how the Lakers, we've got our championships, right? And we got
man,
a good
why
am-
not?
and we got a good amount that are what I would say
Recent.
a lot. We've got a lot more that are recent. I've decided, and I'll even take away ours. I won't say 17, and you guys definitely can't say 17, because I'm gonna read the years of the first 10, maybe. I was looking for. Let me just start. 1957. That was the year my dad was born, and he's about to be 67 years old. That's crazy. 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. That was when Bill Russell was winning like almost every year. 66, and then 68, 69. So that was a good amount of them. And those was when like the league only had like 12 teams.
I was about to say.
It was like at first it was like 8 teams. And then it was
Yep.
like they got a couple more, you know what I'm saying? And yes, okay, why didn't the other teams get where they were getting? Well, Boston had the money. Boston was a brand new team. They, man, they had teams like the what was one of them? The St. Louis Hawks, and they had like the old team that you ain't really from cities you ain't never really heard of. So most of those we can't even count. Like, how you gonna have that before? Most of those was before black people was even allowed to vote.
Yeah, bro. That's what I was.
Like, we talking. I mean, of course, yes. The Lakers have one, two, three, four, five championships before 1972, and those was 49 through 54. I can take those off, sure. And a lot of these were before like the ABA mergers, all that.
I was saying a lot of y'all championships, Lakers and Celtics, it's like y'all wasn't even. That's why when I argue with with you and Celtics fans, I was like, what are the now y'all have the Kobe era, so that's tough. Cause I was like, what are the championships that you witnessed and saw? Those are your those are yours. Now, if your dad is a fan, your grandpa's a fan, those are his championships that he like going
Yeah,
forward.
from
So for
2000 up,
you got
2000 up.
you got
I
6.
was old. Yeah, 2000 up. I was 9.
So you got 6 total that you saw, or in your
I
your
got 5.
lifespan.
I got 5.
What the championship, the bubble championship, that 5.
Oh, that's 6. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
that's 6.
yeah.
I got 6.
I
I
mean,
got
I'm giving
6
you
just from
6. I mean, it
yeah,
should
yeah,
have
that's
been
what I'm saying.
ours.
Yeah.
It should have been us. It should have been ours. You see, y'all don't even understand. Y'all not even grateful of the championship.
No, no, no. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for it. I'll take
You
all, you know what I'm saying?
forgot
That's what
about
gave
it.
us 17.
You forgot about it.
Well, I be
You
thinking
think
about the
you
Kobe.
think
Kobe got
Miami
5.
you think Miami fans would have forgot about it? Bubble or not, we would have known.
No, y'all ain't got enough to forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got enough. Y'all got 17 from years when we wasn't even an organization yet. That's why I was like, we started
That's
in
true.
88. We started in 88.
You know who won in 88?
It don't matter. We just started. Like, we got people just picking up basketball for the team for the first time.
But yeah,
But
no.
but that's what I say,
So
and
yeah,
that's why I tell some fans, because some fans be like, I'm a fan of LeBron, fan of the Lakers. We got 17. When did you become a Lakers fan? That's when you start your
no, no. I mean, you can
You
say like
can't
yo,
take all the championships, be like, it's like watching like, I don't know, the Chiefs. Oh, I'm a Chiefs fan. When you been a Chiefs fan? Cause they just been winning right now. You can't just claim the championships now. If you came
you
a
know
Chiefs
what?
fan yesterday, you still at one. Or
My
whatever
dad
they
asked
won
me that.
last.
My dad asked me that. He was like, "Why did you become a Chiefs fan?" And I'm a Raiders fan. And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Well, first off, we're from Kansas, and like
That's
Kansas doesn't have an NBA team, so I just kind of went off the first nappy headed dude I saw getting buckets, which was Kobe, and I was like, okay, I want to be a fan of his team. But Kansas City, and in kindergarten, I mean, I ended up wearing a jacket for a long time, but like they bought me this like Kansas City Chiefs like long rain jacket that I used to wear to school, and And then like because the clothes were just at Walmart, sometimes I'd have Chiefs shirts. So even before I even liked football or even really watched it, I just had Chiefs clothes and was like, sure,
Fair.
this is the team. This is the team. So like I've
You
been around for
you
all
also
of them except
local,
for the
so
first one.
it's a little
Yeah,
different.
it's local. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, shoot. And now I've been around for all of those too. So except for the one, because the Chiefs won the very first Super Bowl. I think. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the first one they won was recent, or was it like they haven't won in 50 years, or I forgot what the time was. I
I
don't, I don't know
think that
Kansas. I just know they haven't won in a long time. I was in Wichita
yes.
that time they
Oh,
won.
never mind. We played in the first one.
Okay, so that was our first one y'all won.
Hmm. It was yeah, we played in the first one. No, I'm trying to remember because I think the Chiefs did have one before Kevin or I don't know why I'm about to say Kevin Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes.
Man,
Uh
but it will be suck because I mean this will also break your tie if the Celtics do win. So it's kind of
right.
yeah, it holds some weight
That's
for
that's that's
for that as
that's why I
well.
brought up this. That's why I brought up this today
Okay, okay,
because
gotcha.
will it break the tie if 10 of y'all's don't even really count like that?
You know them chips should count. Because the same way yours count is the same way the Celtics count. I don't care
That's
what
why I said. That's why I said I'll take away all the ones until 80.
they ain't taking
Only
away nothing.
72 can go away too.
Man.
And that's still a good amount right there. That's still, over 10.
Oh, we'll see because the way Braun has messed up your Lakers, we'll see how long y'all stay at 17.
Man,
Especially if Bronny
boy,
come out, I was like, I don't know what y'all about to do.
that's a whole weird thing too. Like,
That's
man,
a whole nother topic.
I don't know if I want them to even get him or what. Like, it'll be cool for the sport. I think that he'll be a decent player. I do think
It's
that he's
nice for
getting out of the
storybook
league
telling,
too
but I'm
quick.
like, if you a diehard Lakers fan, like LeBron is screwing you, but at the same time, I mean, as a person or as a fan of a team that don't win, a lot of championships consistently, or like,
Right, right.
it don't have a lot of championships. At least you could say LeBron gave y'all one, even though from a Lakers standpoint, it's like that's it. I mean, that's how y'all look
So
at it,
I
but
think,
I look at it
and
as
then
like you got to play that game and gave you one in their tenure that was with your team.
for
So,
sure, I think it's also goes into like the whole GOAT debate. I don't think it's just
mm,
because Laker fans are uh used to winning. I think it's also if you are the GOAT, if you are the best player on the
mm,
floor, you should be winning championships like more than just like one here, one here, one here. It's good. I mean, for a resume, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? 4 championships, 3 different teams. That sounds fire for sure. But for you to be the best, can't nobody get past me, blah, blah, blah. You, and you on the Lakers, and you had some of the team. Yes, it's not a crazy good team, but you and AD, we had Dwight Howard. I mean, of course, that was the year they won, but like there was a couple of them where it's like you could have done this and you didn't. The one in
yeah.
the bubble, for sure, that was a hard fault. To me, I don't like when people put smut on the bubble because it was hard for everybody involved.
Well, I said a
Everybody
lot
was
of
going out
players said
there
it was the hardest
buckets,
one
right?
because you
People that was
outside of your
there said,
routine. Because even if you got a whole bunch of distractions, their distractions outside of the bubble was part of their routine that they went through. So it's like you
right,
took them out the element, and I already said because if we had one, I ain't, I can't run. I was like, hey, this is a true legit championship. It's recognized by the league. So, and like I said,
right.
20 years from now, I mean, they ain't gonna be. Hey, how
Barely
many
gonna think
championships?
about
Boom, boom,
bubble
boom.
and
Exactly.
yeah,
So,
and
um,
so I I don't know, but yeah, I think it's mainly that you can't say like how am I supposed to say how am I supposed to compare you to the Kobe's and the Jordans If you don't got you don't have one three-peat under your belt.
Yeah.
You don't have you know what I'm saying? I
Talking
mean,
about
this
the
isn't.
Mavs, we should have had it that first year. I know on the back
I
end,
mean,
but that
no,
first
that's for
year we
sure.
should have had that, bro. They went straight to the finals, bro. That would have gave us the
Yeah,
three-peat. Miami would have had a three-peat. LeBron would have had a three-peat.
it would have been a
Not
whole
that
thing.
fourth year,
Yeah.
I don't see us running that fourth one, but for
But I
sure.
think on that, I almost still would have messed him up. Not to me, but I think in the argument they say, well, he had E-Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen.
Also
But it's like,
true.
y'all, first off, and that's how the game go, man. Like, I mean, you make sure that y'all got some team together. And I get like how you don't say that about like the Warriors or something because they all got drafted there. So
Okay, it does help the argument that they lost that first year because people can be like, okay, you see, they had to work it out, they had to, refine some kinks and stuff like that. It wasn't. You did get to the finals the first year, which is also impressive. But it's like
right,
if they had won that first year, I feel like people's like mind shift would have been like they was like a super, super, super team, and now you just see like
right,
he's able to go
win
ahead and
them right
three-peat
away,
easily.
and yeah.
Yeah. So,
It would
but
have been something, So
since
I
they was
think
able to
him
be
not winning
hidden.
on the Lakers, kind of makes people go, see, I mean, not winning multiple, and
I mean, there's also AD fault too, but wait, that's a whole
man,
different
listen,
topic. I was like,
I got episodes talking about that. So
LeBron's so old right now. I'm like, bro,
and at this point, literally, if he decided to retire right now and just didn't come back next season, that's fine, man. Your legacy is solidified. Who's playing 21 years like this? That's what
right?
I'm saying. Like, I'm like, even when I talk to the old heads, I'm like, y'all not realizing he is in year 21, and we're like, he's having a slump year, and he's averaging 27.
He playing people kids, bro. It's I'm like, come on.
He played the daddy and the son, and got buckets on both of them. God, in year 21, you don't average even 20 points. Some don't even average 15
They
if they
said they
even
have
make it to 21.
the people who played that long. He is averaging the entire all of them combined, and I'm like, all their points combined. So it's like, what more you wanted him to do? That's why I was like, I would like for him to go ahead and play with Bronny this season. Cause okay,
Yeah,
as much as we have seen greatness pretty much our entire life with LeBron, Kobe, I was like, I am kind of ready for the new era, bro. I'm tired of the
for sure.
LeBron. I do like watching Curry, but Kevin Durant, I'm like, I'm kind of waiting for that next phase of just the not John Moran and the Anthony Edwards going against them. It's like, no, I want to see Anthony Edwards just going against Ja. I'm tired of them talking about the old heads, and I'm ready
Right,
for the
right, right.
shift. Like, oh, can they
Shoot,
do
Luca's
another
only
push?
23.
Can we do another push? Can we? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I like this finals because it's like all the youngsters basically, and the 25,
right.
26 and under. It's like, can this KD do another push? Can Curry do another push? Can LeBron? Should they all three team up to try to? I'm like,
Yeah,
let it go.
we don't
We're
gotta see.
tired. We're
Yeah,
tired. Go produce some movies. Y'all live the next stage of your life. Like we're kind
right.
of
And I get it, man. Like for a lot of them, they're kind of scared. I think even I saw, and maybe I sent to you or something, but where uh Vince Carter, when he
yeah.
talked to Kobe, and he was like, "What do I do?" Like, I mean, because when you think about this from a psychological point of view, any and every single one of these players, most of them, they have been playing basketball. Not even just if you start from when they got into the NBA. When you think college, when you think uh being a kid. So from three for most of them to now, all they know is basketball. And to
Also
get
true.
to that good level, that has to be almost all you think about. You've made so many sacrifices throughout your whole life because yes, me and you like basketball, but we wasn't as obsessed with it as they were. We wasn't as locked in as they were, else we maybe or
Yeah.
maybe not would have went further in a basketball type of world. So like they took it to another level mentally, physically, all that. So now when that's over, now what? I can't even have a regular conversation about anything else but hoop and
Exactly.
this and that.
That's
I'm
why a
that
lot of
locked
them
in.
going into broadcasting. That's why the podcast is being so popular now because they can keep talking
Yeah.
about it and be close to the game. I'm
But even
sorry,
then,
y'all
they
out
sitting
here
there
for
like they want to
2K.
play.
Y'all got money, just go play 2K, invest, do all this stuff, get the right people around you to set that stuff up for you if you just not knowledgeable about it. But I'm like, you guys can't keep playing basketball till you're 60, 70. Like, go ahead and figure out the second part. And a lot of these people, I mean, for what I can see, like I said, I don't know the people's bodies, but y'all still have healthy bodies. You're not limping
Right.
around the court. Don't wait till you get broken down and they had that final injury. Be like, okay, once I heal from this, I'm just gonna call it quits. Leave
Or
while
like I
you,
can't walk.
yeah,
Because there's
like
a lot that did that, man. The way Yao Ming
you don't have to be broken
retired.
down.
Dikembe Mutombo, when they retired on the court, it was a sad thing to watch, man. Like you saw them get like basically carried out on the stretcher, and then they were like, "Yeah, so and so retired from the locker room. He can't do this no more." Like it's sad to
Like,
see, things like that happening, but
like if
knowing
you
that
do enough,
that's all
just
they got.
call it on your own terms. Like, or don't wait
Yeah,
till you don't get picked up by another team and like how like Melo, how DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, it's tough because they are
yeah.
still healthy and they could
And
play.
DeMarcus Cousins just sorry, buddy.
DeMarcus Cousins is a tough
DeMarcus
one,
Cousins
but
just won a championship
yeah, the
over there in
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that. But it's tough. It's like I just don't want to be like, okay, he was on waivers and now he's a free agent. He didn't get picked up 2 years down the road. A Rondo
right.
situation and just say, hey, I'm retired. I'm like, just go ahead and retire. What are you
Or
doing? Now,
even what's the name? T.O. keeps like T.O. This is in football, but like Terrell
no, that's
Owens, he
wild.
keeps saying, "Yo, I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's wild.
Anybody need it?" I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like,
Go
yes,
play
you
the
are a
charity
top
events,
specimen.
the
You are a
celebrity
top
events, and call it
specimen when it
good.
comes to your body, your speed, still at your age. Got it. But yo, niggas is turning 19 every day.
Man, I'm about to say,
They
I'm like, bro, come
they
on.
turn 19 every day, bro. Do I want to get a 50-year-old or some 20-year-old dude with dreads that runs a 4.3 from Alabama, LSU, wherever? Come on now.
Right, right.
I'm,
Yeah.
so
Some people are delusional though, but I mean, those are from freak athletes in general. So
but I get it. Like I said, like if it's nothing, like the only thing you've done all your life, only thing you assess with, and you're like, I just feel like I still got it. Well, even if you do still got it, it's fine to go enjoy your kids, enjoy life, go to the Great Wall of China or whatever. Like
yeah,
it
the only
don't gotta
person
be
I can really
it.
see that could be like doing all this is probably like Kevin Durant, only because for what we can tell, he ain't got a wife. He doesn't have kids, so it's like he the only one that should just be going to hoop
Yeah,
and doing whatever. Because I'm like, you ain't really trying to quote unquote
true,
settle down now. Settle down can look like many things to different people. I'm not gonna say
for
you have to have
sure.
kids and whatever, um, but I'm like he the only one that I don't know if you've seen the recent video of him in the
No,
club
in the club,
doing
practicing his jump shot.
ghost jump shots. Now I have never seen that from nobody. I'm like, is that a dance move? Or are you trying to do something? Or are you just like,
Right, like
what's
I ain't
going
never
on?
been in the club. I've never been in the
He,
club. See them Yamins out and thought, what if I just
ain't it? You know you tall as
how
hell
should I
already.
shoot
I'm
this?
like,
Right. We get it. You shoot basketballs for a living, bro. Got it.
yeah. It's like one. It's like he's trying to announce himself as I play basketball. If you don't know, I'm tall and
Dude,
I
we
play
know.
basketball.
We
If you
know.
don't
You're
know,
7 feet tall. We know.
if you don't know,
Man, look, every time I meet somebody over 6'7", I'm like, yo, where'd you play?
that's how I
Where'd
was
you
like.
play? Because what?
I always say I want to be taller, but I was like, if you like 6'6" and you just doing a standard job, 6'5", 6'8", and you're like doing a
Right.
standard job, and it'd be like,
If you had your job at 6'8",
I'll be
it looks
like,
wild. It looks wild. It looks
yeah, I'll be, it gets me a question. So, did the athletics didn't pan out? Did you not do? What's going on? Did you get hurt? What's your no?
what's your story? No, man.
Do you know how to play basketball? I have never picked up a basketball.
Man,
You
it's
know
crazy.
what?
I've had like when I'm in good shape, my favorite compliment is, yo, man, so what sport you play? Man, thanks. Thanks, man. So we went out of town. We was on our way back. We stopped at a gas station. So I was like, man, so where you playing at? You playing football? And I was like, "What, you playing football? I'm in the gym." Okay. You think I play football? All right. Look like corner or
Well,
something?
it's also tough. It's also in our community they always assume that we just playing sports in general already. So,
Right,
but
right. That's a whole other thing. Yeah.
that's another topic. But like I said, if you 6'8", I feel like you should at least try to play something, in your spare time, if nothing else. So, but yeah, man, let me go to the next topic real quick before I have to get out of here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Really wanted to get
The
on it.
huge thing, I mean, going on, we all know about how the WNBA has shifted with the new generation of girls or women that have came in. That
Mm-hmm.
being Caitlin Clark. I'm calling it Caitlin Clark chaos going on. Triple C's.
Okay.
No
Okay.
hate affiliation. um,
Right.
but
Nothing but the
yeah, man. I mean, those girls, women in the W have been bullying her around, even her own teammates, and coming to her aid when she gets slammed. Matt Barnes sent that message talking about why y'all ain't helping her up when she do get
no,
bodied
I
out
was
there,
thinking about that. Yeah.
which is wild. I was like, yeah, even if
It seemed
you,
like even her own team, it seemed like even her own team don't like her. And that's the part. So it's not even just I get it. People are gonna act like that. People gonna do that to whoever. They do that to LeBron, they do that to all right. But the thing is, and of course you're gonna have those welcome to the league moments.
yeah,
People in the NFL talk about it, people in the NBA, whatever. They all talk about that. But the thing is, your team has to have your back. Why ain't
yep,
nobody put no ain't nobody on your team push her after like you know what I'm saying?
yep.
It can be a rec league. It can be a rec league. If somebody push you down, I'm getting up in their face. You just almost gotta do that.
That's what I'm saying. And these are people you don't even know.
Right.
It's on your
And
team. You
so,
got their back. But
man, and
it's
so
been
that's a
crazy.
big
I've
part.
been
That's a big part, I think, is their team is also showing that it's okay to treat her like this. So showing we don't even
That's
respect her
your
either,
rookie
guys.
as well. It's not even
Right.
like it's your rookie, like your first year. You should be able to protect her, take over your
Even
wing.
if it's not Caitlin Clark. Yeah. You're supposed to do
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
You're supposed to do that regardless. But one thing I've been talking with a lot of people as well is that Caitlin has brought a lot of eyes early on into your season, has brought in a lot of money early on into your season, brought the private charters. You need to be protecting this
You're
asset
not the only you're not
because
the only come on now. She's
you
not
are
flying by
benefiting
herself.
from it. Y'all are benefiting from her. So it's not
Right.
like that. I was saying, jokingly, it was like, I will let her go by, get that 2 points, sag off, let her get a free open three. Now that's just a joke, but in realistically, y'all should be playing her, but allowing her to go off so y'all can for more fans
And
want to see Caitlin Clark. Of course, give your
yeah,
best and all that stuff, but at the same time, it's like if you competitor, like still treat her fairly, like treat her like you would
that's what
treat
I'm
anybody
saying.
else. But
At
you have
least just
opportunity.
hoop.
You got
Just
opportunity
hoop.
to go. That's what I was about to say. You got opportunity to drop 40 because people got eyes. They might come see her. But hey, dang, she just dropped 40. Why did she just drop 40?
Who is
Now they
that?
looking
Yeah.
at her. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's what I'm saying. Just hoop.
the
We want
eyes,
them to
the
be like, oh, that's the girl
sponsorships,
that walked
everything
up
is
to her
looking
to
now.
push her.
So
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like the play with Angel Reese, that was a little bit more aggressive, but it was just her trying to box out. I
yeah.
get, so that was a little bit more. But the other
Plus,
girl,
they already got that little rivalry, so they already got
right.
that.
And on top of that, they match up, shake up, pound for the game. They know it's all respect, but we gonna battle here between the lines.
That's their
That's how
class.
it is. Yeah. But that older, what was her name? Kelsey.
Yeah, start with a C.
The foul that she put on her was
That was crazy.
it didn't even seem like the play had even really started like that. And so to go up and just push her to the ground, I mean, because if we go into maybe there are certain plays, I would
Yeah.
say that was a
Kennedy
real
Carter.
welcome.
Kennedy
Yeah,
Carter.
Kennedy Carter. Yeah, Kennedy
Was it
Carter.
Kennedy?
Uh, Yeah, Kennedy.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because I heard them say it. It looks
No
like
problem.
Kennedy, but yeah, Kennedy.
Yeah. Sound good.
Um, the way that she even acted, I don't and that's no Caitlin Clark. You acting like a hater, but you know what? And this might be in my book. I'm not gonna tell y'all the name. It's offline, but sometimes it feels like women hate women more than women. Like I get it, guys. Misogyny and patriarchy is real, is bad, and is horrible. But I also think that there is something else that just plays into it, man. Like it's also like I ain't really seen too many girls that are friends that like ain't always just so catty, or like you could fall out over the littlest of things, or y'all just hate for no reason. Like,
For sure.
yes, and yes, guys somewhat do that. Yes, you can hate a dude for no reason for the most part, but man, it's just like there was nothing there. Like, yes, the hard foul. I mean, look, we just watched Victor Wembanyama get talked about like he's the next Jesus or something in NBA wise or
Right.
basketball wise, but nobody was trying to kill him night in and night out.
I'm about to say,
They're
yeah,
literally trying. They're trying to injure her. Her. She only scored 3 points last game. Reason why her and the number one pick from last year. I'm absent on her name right now, but they both had to leave the game. They both had to leave the game due to injury.
dang.
And so it's like y'all. I get injuries happen, but some of these, I'm like y'all snatching girls out the air, y'all pushing when ain't no play going on. Like, what is that? And yes, there are those ones in the league that the Ron Artest of the leagues, the whoever, the certain people, the Draymond Greens, got it. That's one dude doing that to a bunch of people. You got
Right.
a bunch of people doing that to one girl.
Right.
Like, and the
I'm like,
thing
and
is,
then
I'm not even the
it's not
biggest fan of her. I'm not even the biggest fan of Caitlin Clark. Y'all got me out
I
here.
like playing card, but it's like the also she
Like,
do
I mean,
complain. She
she
complain a
gonna
lot
bring
to the
something.
ref too. That's also I know she whines a lot, but it's like she is bringing more revenue, which is more money, more salary for you individual players. So it's not like I can see if she was balling out, she brought this attention, and all the money was going into her pockets.
Right.
Doesn't mean you should be hating anyway, but it's I can see it that prone to be more hate. But she's bringing more eyes to the whole league and to individual
Right.
players and teams. So I'm like, you are actually benefiting off her. So at this point, now,
Do
like I
you
said, some players
realize every year since the league's inception, they have been in the red, meaning they have been negative in making money every single year since. This might potentially be the first year that they aren't negative.
they said the amount of growth that they had over this 1 year is equivalent for 5 years of growth. So I was like, you guys,
So the first year the NBA doesn't have to pay the rest to keep them at even. Do y'all know that? So when you guys are asking, why aren't the women getting paid what the men are getting paid? It's you guys, the people going to watch the game. Though there are not any butts and seats, so there's nobody to go to concession stands. There's nobody to buy. Nobody's buying jerseys. Now they are, but this is before this talk. Nobody's buying the jerseys. Nobody's buying the Caitlin Clark rookie card or whoever the Skylar Diggins rookie cards. Nobody's really. It hasn't been until like what? You went mute. There hasn't been until I don't know, just the past couple of years where there's even been like people even talking about it on social media or girls sports like that.
yeah.
The past couple of years are first year that they even did that. So
I
this
mean, we
girl
talking
brings
about
this.
WNBA games during the NBA playoff. That's usually not a big thing because they'll be like, because honestly, we'd be like, it's still going. WNBA season
We used
started,
to never
and
know. We used to never
when now
know.
they have them headlining, and like I said, it's a new generation. You got the injuries, you got the other
Yeah, it's
Cardosa.
not just Caitlin Clark.
It's a
It's a
lot of
lot of different.
what's
But
the What's
He's bringing a big part to it.
the tall white girl that getting all the blocks right now?
Oh yeah, Cameron Brink.
Yeah, so I was like,
And
and they are the
yeah,
ones that they have their face as the headliner for the. So I'm like, it's this class that's really just boosting this and start their college,
yeah,
and that's why I feel like a lot of sponsors are gonna be. They be like, well, let's just sponsor them in college. Hopefully, get that 4 year deal. I mean, 4 year in college.
hmm
Typically did 3 or 4 years in college.
yeah,
But that's where it seems like the most that fan base is coming from, and because imagine have those players go under the radar in college and then try to come to the WNBA and ball out. I was like, I don't think it'd be the same effect. It was like it started in college, and WNBA has to feed into that college atmosphere as well. It's like y'all got to go back to y'all home schools and show support and get that fan base going as well. I know
yeah.
South
I
Carolina,
saw.
Angel Wilson does that a lot, but
I was just getting
you
ready to
know,
say that. Yeah, her, and
I
they
was
just
like,
like did the whole
all their
retirement for
fans.
her jersey.
And then like what I like happening now is that you had two young stars with Tyrese leading the Indiana Pacers, and then Caitlin with the Indiana Fever. They was both going back to each other games during the playoff and
Right.
the regular season
hmm
with that cross, and that's a good support. I was like, Indiana Pacers had a great, I said they had a great run for the in the playoffs.
Yeah,
And so that was like those are good moments where you see people recognizing both players and both organization that cross switch, like supporting your home teams. And I think that's a good model for most of these other teams. Like you gotta have that balance and stuff like that. So
for sure.
they got potential, man. It's just like the hate gotta stop. Don't injure people on purpose.
Like why? Because
Basketball,
why not
basketball and
have the
sports,
right mind? Why
basketball and
not have the
sports
right
is
mind? Even if you hate her, be like, yo, I'm about to go out there and bust her ass for 40 minutes or however long the game is. Like, I'm about to go out there and really give her my best game. I'm gonna show her that I'm actually a better basketball player than her. Instead of saying, oh, I'm gonna go and elbow her and I'm gonna push her down. I'm gonna like make it a basketball play, bro. Like if you dribble and dribble through her chest or something, like it ain't gotta be, you know what I'm saying? There's a certain
exactly.
way to do something like that instead of just that catty push people down. So and it
If you want to
hopefully
play
it
hard, you
stopped.
can still play hard. But with her,
Right.
I'm like, you also realize the cameras are on her like even more. So if you do a hard play or you do anything even, you know, intentional extra, we are pointing it out even more just because of the lure and what she's bringing to the team. It's like
hmm
everything's gonna be hyper focused on her anyway. So it's like if you're gonna play some dirty plays or anything intentional, like the social media is gonna light you up for it. So it's like you might as well just continue to play hard, play a game. I was making jokes about just letting her play, go by you and everything like that. But you can still play hard and play your best game without being intentional.
Let her play
Because
her best while you play your best.
basketball and physical sports are already dangerous. Injuries happens all the
Right.
time. So it's like you don't want to be a cause of some bad injury that, we don't know how stuff will affect people. So it's like out for a whole season, out for 2 years, out for whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't want to be one of those stars. It's like, oh, this person's about to be a generational talent that we got to get into that gonna change the
I've had
uh
more thoughts. I've had more time to think about that as well.
change the
But yeah,
landscape of the WNBA, at least the business side of things. I was like, y'all got to look at this like, what you need. You doing some community service after the game? You going this place? What you doing? What you need from me? That's how I would look at this opportunity. But um, I think it's a lot of people who gave him that feedback, especially on social media. Hopefully, they can take heed to all this information. And I mean, I'd love to see the game grow WNBA. I mean, because like for sure, I was like, basketball is basketball. If you like hoops and they playing right, it's like that's gonna be something that's gonna
they do be hooping,
sustain as
man.
well.
Like honestly, like I like the intensity. I like the fact that now it's like a evolution of the game where I don't want to say they play like dudes, but like there's a lot more swag in their moves. It's not as stiff as it used to be. I mean, a lot more up and under reverse layups I've been seeing. Like a lot
Yep.
more crossovers. I mean, of course they're bringing the toughness, sure, but we also want to see some nice crossovers. I know we ain't gonna be seeing a lot of dunks, sure. I don't care about that, um, because I also want maybe like my nieces or sisters or whoever to enjoy watching this game that I also enjoy, but also maybe the little nieces being able to see themselves in that,
Right.
like the same way I used to see Kobe and be like, oh shoot, I'm gonna grow my hair out and I'm gonna play like that. I
Yep,
want them to
agree.
look at, oh, I wanna hoop like Caitlin Clark. I wanna shoot from way down, or I wanna play like Angel Reese or whatever. Like I want that to be something, instead of them being like, I guess I can be the girl version of such and such of, LeBron or Luca or whatever. No, you go be they get heroes now.
Right.
I mean, they always have. I mean, the league has been around for a lot longer, but it's being more pushed, it's being more now they're more aware. They even used to say like a lot of girls would be like, I'm gonna be the first girl to go to the NBA. It's like, well, you won't, but it's fine. Um,
No. You
but
won't change
you
your
won't.
name.
That's not how that'll work.
I mean, you can play 2K.
Right, you be the first one to go pro in 2K. But
Man, did you? Oh, well, that's another topic. Because they were trying to add the girls in. I think it was live NBA Live. They were trying to have the girls play along the guys. The creative player could be a girl or a
uh,
guy, basically. So
oh,
yeah, but that was for the park games, not so much the
yeah,
court.
I get sure. On a video game they could. The same way they used to be able to play with Lil Bow Wow and Justin Bieber
Yeah. Oh man,
on
that was
2K. Yeah, sure,
the
sure. On
good
a video
day,
game,
Julius, bro.
just
If you don't,
Justin
please,
Bieber.
please, the next time, guys, one of the next episodes, we having Julius on to talk about 2K battles, 2K13 with the
Mm,
celeb team. We had like Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, Tupac, Biggie, all on one team versus Justin Bieber. All little bit. Okay, we got to talk about that, and then we have to talk about the generational talent. So stay tuned, guys, for the next episode. It's gonna be we're talking about which players. It's gonna be the topic that's gonna
okay.
gear us up for the next topic that we talk about with Julius. I'm not
And
saying the next episode.
honestly,
It's talking
I have
about
more time to
who are
think, but
generational
always
talents in the
who are
NBA.
generational
What's
and
considered?
also kind of what does that
What's
mean? What does
what's
that mean?
considered? Yeah. Yep.
That's what I've had more time to kind of evolve that thinking of what that means or
Man, I
who.
hope you stay on your take because I was getting on your boat when you was talking. So hopefully you
You
ain't
know what?
changed your take.
If I shoot, I'll argue it.
Okay. Because I
Argue
was
whether I
like,
feel it or not.
you true,
But
but we'll get into that, man. But
yeah,
let's get
yeah.
into the shout outs, man. I gotta run here shortly.
Oh yeah. Back to work. Back to work. Shoot, man. Shoot, I'm trying to think of who I want to shout out. I haven't been looking up my shout outs.
It's tough. I'll go while you looking there. It's
Okay.
Jordan Solomon, like I mentioned, artist, makes a lot of stickers, posters, artwork. And you can reach out to him for custom. He shows a lot of black characters and superheroes, anime. Um, on IG is King Solomon. I believe King Solomon 17. If I'm not, am I wrong? I will update the information. But shout out my guy. He'll be going to DreamCon. So any of those people going out to DreamCon, please check out his booth. He'll have a lot of stuff for you for guys on sale. Yeah, reach out to him, man. I mean, he made a lot of custom artwork for myself. I picked up. If you guys are a fan of the new X-Men 97, he has a black Cyclops that go crazy. He has a Miles
Mm.
Morales and a Static Shock that I picked up as well. So he got a lot of artwork, man. Just shout out to him. Um, yeah, man, that's a shout out this week. Who you got?
For me, I'm gonna just shout out. I'm gonna shout out Tiffany. Um, Longtime friend, basically my sister. And I know that's a whole. You know what? We can almost have that for another episode. Can guys and girls be friends for real? For real.
Thanks.
But yeah, man, she been like my close friend since way back. So listener of the show from time to time. Uh, her just shouting her out. Look her up on Instagram. Good friend of mine, long time friend, long time listener. Uh, yeah, just happy to have her around. She always be hanging out with us. She's like our third, so anytime we go out, we're like, hey, where's Tiff? Hey Tiff, what you doing? Want to come, hang out with us? Shoot, probably almost every time that you was around or
Right.
that you came hung out with us, Tiff was
Right.
there with us. So Yeah, man. Just wanted to shout her out. Shoot, I
Yeah,
think it's
shout
some
out to
better
her.
things, but yeah, man. But yeah, once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Tell us your prediction.
Tell us your prediction,
If you pick the
man.
Celtics, you're wrong. If you pick the Celtics, you're wrong. But let us know why you're wrong.
Yeah. Tell us why you think you're wrong, Nick. And no, but yeah, man, it's been a good one. We definitely, like I say this every single time. We try to be more consistent, especially with this finals coming up. And we got 3-man weave. As soon as we can coordinate these schedules with a lot of us
Yeah,
moving and
man.
on the go, it's been a little bit of struggle. But yeah, man, big secondary shout out to them, man. I shouted them out even a couple weeks ago. I was gonna wear the shirt today, but I've already worn it like twice, and so it was in the dirty clothes. So. But
Hey, I mean, if you wore it, we wouldn't have known, you know what I mean?
yeah, I know. It's just I just wore it the other day when we were shooting, so we got gum residue and all that. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. So yeah, y'all, thanks for messing with us. Remember, when we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
We gone, y'all. To the next one.
Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.